Okay, abusua bɛma kɔ abasho nkɔsɔ ɛreba Ghana politics avenue so abusua yɛmbɔnwura yɛnsɛm ɛnrada ɛne ɛba bebreki ɛde ma mo Paul Baffoe bɔne ne swearing in no ɛkɔ so na ɔde ɛyɛ full speech bi ɛba bɛto dwa wa breaking silence on ɛyɛ ne swearing in no na ne speech na ɔde to dwa no abusua asheki NPP criminal appointees in fear akyɛ sɛ man no ɔkyerɛ sɛ yɛka sɛ accountability accountability no ɛbɛkɔ so ɛno enti na ɔsoɛ oath of ɛyɛ allegiance abusua ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa koraa enti no sisia no ɛyɛ Paul Baffoe bɔne as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court no abusua President Mahama aswen in ɛna yɛdi kan ɛde brɛ mu asisia no ɔde pressure bi ato NPP criminal appointees no so a sisia no ehu bi aba abɛhyɛ ɔmo mu a ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo no ɔmo cases na ɛkokɔ court no ɛkokɔ high court no sisia na Paul Baffoe bɔne aba abɛyɛ Chief Justice no deɛ they are doomed abusua mo yɛnkɔ na yɛnkɔ tie nsɛm a Paul Baffoe bɔne ɛde to dwa unsubscribe subscribe like na san so share ma afoforɔ nso ɛnsa ntumi ɛnka bi and don't forget to click on the notification bell so never any updates be ever dropping on also onsa ebi to me akabi madamase.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, the Honorable First Deputy Speaker, the Chief of Staff and other presidential staff is present, the Chairman and members of the Council of State present, the Honorable Attorney General and other ministers, my Lord Justices of the Superior Courts of Judicature, Your Honors and Your Worships, other honorable members of Parliament here present, members of the Judicial Council and General Legal Council here present, the President of the Ghana Bar and other members, traditional and spiritual leaders here with us, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with a deep sense of humility, gratitude and solemn responsibility that I stand before you today on this historic occasion of my investiture as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. I wish first to thank the Almighty God for the wisdom, grace, and courage He has bestowed on me. I wish to express my deepest gratitude to His Excellency the President for appointing me to this high office, the Council of State for advising the President, and Parliament for graciously endorsing me. I would like to dedicate this honor to all who have walked this path with me, my mentors, my family, and my colleagues. I thank my wife and children for their love, patience, and understanding. I also wish to acknowledge with respect and appreciation the many jurists, lawyers, court staff, and members of the public who have labored, sometimes silently, to uphold the rule of law and deliver justice in our land. Your Excellency, as Chief Justice, I recognize that every court in our land, from the smallest magistrate court to the highest tribunal, holds a sacred duty to ensure that the rights, liberties, and human dignity of Ghanaians are respected and protected. It is not the law alone that matters, but how the law is applied, how justice is dispensed, and how courts earn the confidence of the people. We serve a nation built on the 1992 Constitution which enshrines not only rights, but also responsibilities. Our judiciary must be independent, impartial, and accessible. It must not serve the powerful or the connected at the expense of the weak and the vulnerable. It must resist any incursions on its freedoms, but also embrace accountability, transparency, and continuous reform. In recent times, many Ghanaians have expressed concern about delays, access, and perceptions of fairness in our courts. I wish to confront those concerns head-on. The judiciary must not only be seen to be fair, but must be fair, clearing backlogs, reforming processes, promoting alternative dispute resolutions where appropriate, harnessing technology, and ensuring that ordinary citizens can approach the courts with confidence. These are not optional add-ons, but they are imperatives. Your Excellency, my vision for the judiciary is that of a service-oriented institution, courts that are efficient, transparent, and respectful of all persons, judges and staff who uphold high ethical standards, treat litigants with dignity, and apply the law without fear or favor, a judiciary that works not for political ends, but for the cause of justice. I envision a Ghana where justice is not delayed or denied, where the cost, distance, and complexity of going to court are no longer barriers to fairness. I envision judges who are independent, yet humble, fearless, yet fair, learned, yet compassionate. I envision a system where alternative mechanisms of dispute resolution complement the former courts and relieve the strain of backlog. I envision courtrooms where respect reigns, but where litigants are not intimidated, where the language of justice is not alienating, but comprehensible to every Ghanaian. I pledge to support the uplifting of court infrastructure, the continuing training of judges and staff, the deployment of information and communication technologies to improve case flow and increase outreach to the citizenry so that the judiciary's work is better understood and trusted. We will strive together to raise the brand of the judiciary in the minds of the people, not simply as an institution they must contend with, but as one that belongs to them and works for them. Mr. President, in accepting this office, I give my solemn word that I will uphold the rule of law, respect the separation of powers, and protect the Constitution. I will respect the independence of every judge and ensure that the judiciary remains free from improper influence. I will also insist on accountability, because independence without responsibility breeds entitlement and erosion of public trust. Judges, court officers, and staff will be encouraged and supported to act ethically, to treat all who come to court with fairness, and to understand that the title judge is not a privilege, but a public service. Every litigant who enters a courtroom brings not only a case, but hope. Hope that justice will be done. I accept the responsibility of preserving that hope. I urge all stakeholders, lawyers, litigants, civil society, the public, to join us in forging a judiciary worthy of the confidence of the Ghanaian people. Your Excellency, We also cannot ignore the call for reform in legal education. The future of the bar is the future of the bench. We must move from exclusion to inclusion, from rote learning to critical thinking, and from credentialism to competence. Working with the General Legal Council, the Ghana School of Law, and our law faculties, we shall pursue a model that ensures opportunity without compromising quality. Our goal is not merely to produce more lawyers, but better lawyers who are disciplined, ethical, and devoted to the cause of justice. Your Excellency, today marks both continuity and renewal. Having served in an acting capacity over the past 7 months, I have seen the quiet strength of our judges and magistrates, the resilience of the judicial service staff, and the enduring faith of citizens who continue to look to the courts as a refuge for fairness. So standing here, Your Excellency, today, I humbly accept the warrant of office and the sacred mandate to serve as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. I do so in full consciousness of the trust reposed in this high office and the heavy responsibility it carries. I accept this charge not for honor, but for service to the Constitution, to the law, and to the people of Ghana. I pledge to discharge it faithfully, independently, and with integrity. Let us together ensure that the Ghanaian judiciary remains not a citadel of privilege, but a sanctuary of hope, where the poor and the powerful alike can find refuge in the impartial majesty of the law. Today, history invites us to rise, not to repeat the past, but to redeem it. May this be remembered as the moment when Ghana's judiciary, tested by turbulence, chose renewal over resentment, courage over complacency, and hope over fear. May God bless the judiciary of Ghana. May God bless the Republic of Ghana. And may justice, true, transparent, and timeless, forever be our guiding light. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, my Lord Chief Justice. Another round of applause, please. Thank you.
Republic of Ghana, my lords, the justices of the courts, honorable ministers of state, chiefs and traditional leaders, members of the diplomatic corps, heads of security services, senior government officials, distinguished guests. Sorry, it says fellow Ghanaians. I want to say something else. My fellow countrymen and women. Today is a solemn and historic moment in the life of our republic. We gather here at the presidency to witness the investiture of the new Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Justice Paul Baffoe, in accordance with Article 144 of the 1992 Constitution. This ceremony is more than just a symbolic change of guards. It marks a significant milestone, and it reaffirms our collective dedication to constitutionalism, the rule of law, and the independence of the judiciary as an equal branch of government. And so on behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I wish to extend warm congratulations to you, Justice Paul Baffoe, on your appointment and assumption of this distinguished office. The constitutional role of the Chief Justice, that is the office that you assume today, is among the most important under our Constitution. The Chief Justice is not only the head of the judiciary, but he is also the symbol and guarantor of justice for our people. You preside over the Supreme Court, you chair the Judicial Council, and bear the responsibility for administering justice across our country. You will oversee the work of judges and magistrates nationwide, from our busiest urban courts to the most remote districts of our country. Our Constitution enshrines the principle that the courts, as outlined in Article 125, shall administer justice in the name of the Republic of Ghana, guided by the principles of freedom, equality, probity, and accountability. And so as Chief Justice, you are the first guardian of these principles within the judicial arm. Judicial independence and separation of powers. The strength of our democracy depends on a delicate yet essential balance of powers among the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Each branch is supposed to operate independently, and yet they have to collaborate in order to serve the common good. And so today, as President, I pledge my unwavering commitment to the independence of the judiciary. And I wish to say that an independent judiciary is not a favor to the courts. It is a constitutional necessity and a protection for every citizen, including the President. We must therefore jealously safeguard the institutional, financial, and administrative autonomy of our courts. Decisions of our courts, whether we agree or not, whether popular or unpopular, must be respected and enforced. This is the bedrock of the rule of law. And I'm confident that under your leadership, my Lord Chief Justice, the judiciary would continue to uphold its constitutional mandate without fear or favor, and as you said in your oath, without affection or ill will. In recent years, public institutions worldwide and in our own country have been questioned, scrutinized, and sometimes criticized. Our people want institutions that work, but they also demand institutions that they can trust. The judiciary in particular must be above reproach. One single act of corruption by a judicial officer can undermine years of hard work and erode public confidence in the entire system. My Lord Chief Justice, one of your most urgent tasks is to strengthen integrity within the judiciary. And this includes, firstly, firm but fair disciplinary standards for judges and staff. Secondly, transparent and predictable procedures for case assignment and management. Thirdly, strong internal mechanisms to address allegations of misconduct. And fourth, a culture where ethical conduct is rewarded and wrongdoing is swiftly sanctioned. Our citizens must know and feel that justice in Ghana is not for sale, and that no one, regardless of their power or status, is too powerful or too humble to be held accountable under the law. Justice must not only be fair, it must also be accessible, it must be timely, and it must be affordable. Too many of our fellow citizens still experience justice as something that is distant, that is slow, and financially burdensome. Court adjournments, delays in delivering judgments, and complex procedures can turn our courtrooms into places of frustration rather than places of hope. I therefore urge you, my Lord, in collaboration with the Judicial Council and the Bar, to prioritize the reduction of case backlogs through innovative case management systems. The expansion and modernization of court infrastructure, especially in underserved districts. Also the use of technology, e-filing, virtual hearings where appropriate, and digital recordings to improve efficiency. And also simplified procedures, especially for small claims, family matters, juvenile and labor matters, so that ordinary citizens are not excluded by technicality. As government, we recognize our responsibility to provide adequate resources to support these reforms. We'll work with your office to ensure that the judiciary is adequately equipped to deliver justice in a modern and efficient manner. The Constitution of Ghana guarantees fundamental human rights and freedom of all persons in Ghana. But rights have meaning only when they are effectively protected and enforced. The courts are the last refuge for the vulnerable, the poor, the marginalized, children, persons with disability, and all those who feel powerless in the face of authority or abuse. And so I trust that under your stewardship, the judiciary will deepen the protection of human rights and civil liberties, and that the judiciary will ensure that justice is not tilted in favor of the wealthy or powerful, and that it strengthens specialized courts and divisions where necessary to address issues such as family welfare, land disputes, commercial disputes, environmental protection, and corruption, and to promote alternative dispute resolution mechanisms to complement the formal courts, especially in community and family disputes. Justice must not be an abstract principle confined to law books. It must be seen, felt, and experienced in the daily lives of our people. A modern judiciary demands continuous learning because the law is constantly evolving through new legislation, international obligations, and emerging areas such as cyber law, environmental law, law of the ocean, and complex commercial transactions. I therefore encourage you to strengthen the Judicial Training Institute as a center of excellence for continuing legal education, to promote regular training in ethics, judgment writing, court administration, and the use of technology for our judges and judicial officers, to develop clear performance standards and evaluation mechanisms for judges and magistrates without compromising judicial independence, and also to encourage research, publications, and dialogue between the bench, the bar, academia, and civil society. Because a judiciary that learns is a judiciary that leads. Relationship with the bar and other stakeholders is important. The administration of justice is a shared enterprise. Judges, lawyers, court staff, law enforcement agencies, traditional authorities, and the public all have a role to play. So, my Lord Chief Justice, I urge you to cultivate a strong, constructive relationship with the bar and other professional bodies and stakeholders. A robust debate between the bench and the bar is healthy, but it must be grounded in mutual respect and a shared commitment to the rule of law. I also encourage greater outreach and public education on our justice system. When citizens understand how the courts work, they are more likely to respect court decisions and to use lawful means to resolve their disputes. Even as we emphasize independence, we must also recognize the need for cooperation among the three arms of government. The judiciary needs an enabling legal framework, adequate budgetary allocation, and supportive policies. The executive and the legislature on their parts require timely and impartial judicial interpretations of the law and the Constitution. In my administration's reset agenda and broader reforms, we see the judiciary as a critical partner in building a just, prosperous, and stable Ghana. We will engage with your office in a spirit of consultation and respect, while scrupulously preserving your independence in the performance of your judicial functions. And so, my Lord Chief Justice, today you stand at the intersection of law, history, and service. You come to this office with many years of experience on the bench, with a record of distinguished service to our country. The expectations of our people in you are high, and so too are their hopes. And so I charge you to lead with courage, even when decisions are difficult or unpopular, to guard jealously the institutional integrity and independence of the judiciary, to inspire your colleagues and staff by personal example in diligence, humility, and fairness. And always remember that every file that lies on your desk and every case in our courts represents human lives, families, and people's futures. If you discharge your duties faithfully, posterity will remember you not just as a Chief Justice, but as a Chief Justice who made a significant difference. To you, my Lord Chief Justice, to my lords, the justices of our superior courts, and to all judges and staff of the Judicial Service, I pledge the cooperation and support of my government as you undertake your sacred mandates to the people of Ghana. And to our citizens, I say, let us continue to place our trust in the institutions of our republic, and let us resolve our disputes peacefully and in accordance with the law. Let us defend the Constitution not only in word but in our actions. And so once again, I extend my congratulations to you, Justice Paul Baffoe, on your appointment and investiture as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. May God grant you wisdom, strength, and good health as you carry out your onerous duties. May God bless you, may God bless the judiciary, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana. I thank you very much.
Okay, abusuawe ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway ne so eye Paul Baffoe ni speech or the tuja eno ena yede ebremo no unsubscribe ya subscribe like na sanso share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi Ghana Politics Avenue so, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so there any updates be able dropping on so onsa ebitumi aka medamase.